But now we're into the meat and gravy of it all. I forgot what it is. We'll be reacting to the full Cyberpunk 2077 Night City Wire Episode 2. Yeah, I hear you, brother. I hear you. Alright, guys. I know this is going to be a long one, 26:10, but I'm sure it will be worth it. 3, 2, 1. Okay, nice little preview.
Hello and welcome to episode 2 of Night City Wire. This is the show from us at CD Projekt Red.
Can I just say, Holly Bennett's teeth are perfect. Dude, I want teeth like that. I want super white teeth that would glow in the dark. I'm just saying. Good going, Holly.
Where we talk about all things Cyberpunk 2077. In today's episode, we're going to be deep diving into Life Paths and showing you a brand new gameplay video,
Nice.
as well as having a chat to Philip from our quest team. Then
Okay.
we're going behind the scenes and taking a look at how Refused to bringing the band Samurai to life. And then we're showing you another new gameplay video and having a chat to Pavel, our senior gameplay designer, about just some of the tools of destruction that will be at your disposal in Night City. So let's get started. Street Kid, Nomad, or Corpo? Which will you pick first?
Dude! No! What are you doing? Chat, I have a question. Which one would you go for? Street Kid, Nomad, or Corpo? Man, I'm hyped for this game. I'm so hyped for this game, bro. Life Paths. Okay. Oh, bro. Oh, dude. Okay. I wouldn't even know which one to start with. I don't think I would choose Nomad, so that's a note from me. It's a really hard decision for me between Street Kid and Corpo, because Street Kid is your classic from rags to riches. Oh, I'm assuming it'll be a rags to riches kind of story, and I'm assuming the Corpo will be like the fall from grace and the path back up, you know? Oh, dude, I'm so pumped. I'm so pumped for this game. Cannot wait to play it. Oh, bro.
Well,
Street Kid.
who do we have here? Grew up in Haywood. Whole street was my family. Neighbors helped each other out. Thought nothing of it.
I'm pleased to see you have not forgotten your roots.
Born here, live here, die here.
Childhood memories. Hopping buildings. Running away from badges. Iron tasted blood from a split lip. Motherfucker. Got everybody fighting for a slice of the street.
Get the fuck out of Vista.
If you keep getting
Dude,
jumped,
he's
find
just...
stronger choosers.
Do you want to spend the rest of your days blasting scabs? Or become a legend overnight?
We have arrived.
Hell yeah.
Nature.
Ready to get your cherry popped? Yeah, come on.
Dude, the designs were amazing. Or just in general, the designs. Okay, now we're looking at Nomad.
Let's see. Racing my bobber for the first time through the hills. Oh, and first kiss in the middle of a
This is hippies in the future.
into cornfield.
We nomads choose who to make our family. A choice forges strong bonds and a higher duty that stands solid as an old oak.
My family's in pieces. That's why I'm headed for Night City.
Okay.
Makes you an outcast among outcasts.
Miss this, you know? Camaraderie.
I know. I saw it in your heart the first time we met.
Okay, so this is all about like family and, you
You know what I
know,
always liked
okay.
about nomads? Your taste, no, hunger for freedom. Not easy to come by in Night City.
Corp's got their grubby claws and everything.
Oh, headshots! Okay, now we're looking at Corpo. Okay,
I have those reports you asked for.
he's gonna be the fall from grace and, yeah.
The world's going to tear us apart when the word gets around.
The
world's never going to find out.
If I go down, you're going down with me. No! I'm not fucking joking.
This isn't a request, V. But no way you're fucked, right? You're the one who fixes other people's shit.
If you work in Arasaka counter intel, you're always fucked.
Today, they got you to zero somebody. Tomorrow, they'll get somebody else to zero you.
What's the rules, Jack? Want to be top? Gotta have some skin in the game.
Yeah, but you're not on top. Saburo Arasaka is. And you're the pendejo who keeps him there. Work for yourself, live for yourself.
That's a limo?
That's the only way.
Hell yeah. Dude. Bro, I feel hard. It's such a hard decision. I think. Oh god, I don't even know. I don't feel like a Nomad would be an interesting right start. It would be an interesting like second or third playthrough. But for me, oh, I'm so stuck between Street Kid and Corpo. I really, really am, because I feel like the Corpo will give you. The design of the whole thing. It's really cool. Street Kid is your classic story of rising up. Oh, dude. No! Definitely Street Kid. Yeah, I'm kind of feeling that as well.
See you again. It's actually been a while since I've had a chance to interview you about Cyberpunk. So I think for today, we'll start with a question that everybody wants to know. How does the path you pick
What are the PC specs? Oh, sorry. Carry on, Holly.
affect your time in Night City?
It actually affects your time quite a lot throughout the whole game, but let's start at the beginning, because basically our game has 3 different starts depending on your life path. As an example, if you choose the Street Kid life path, you have lived most of your time in Night City. You know the streets, you know the gangs, you know the slang, you kind of know what's going on in the, let's say, lower life aspects of the city, which can of course give you lots of good opportunities also later on in the game. But if you start as a nomad, you actually used to be part of a nomad clan and a nomad family, because nomads that roam the deserts around Night City,
Yeah, I thought so.
actually value their family above anything. But for one reason or another, you actually left that family behind, and now the beginning of the game for you will actually be how to get into Night City and how to make a new life there.
So, 3 different starts. So I'm guessing, really, would it only be the prologue that would really be heavy on your background and backstory? Or would your backstory come into like mid-game and end-game as well? That's what I'm curious about. Because from my understanding so far, people have literally only played a bit of the prologue. That is it.
Then you can also choose to actually be a corpo and choose the corporate life path. And that basically means that you're not at home in the streets of Night City or in the deserts of the Badlands, but actually inside the boardroom, because you rose the corporate ladder of the Arasaka Corporation, which basically gives you the ability to sometimes, read between the lines, read people when they're trying to do business, which of course can give you many nice opportunities.
Okay, so persuasion skills and stuff.
About the start of the game. Can you maybe help people understand how this translates into the gameplay?
Yeah. So the thing is, we make Cyberpunk a real RPG, and part of that is that you can play your character from the start to the end. And of course, we have these life paths affecting the beginning of the game, but we wanted to make it so you have your life path opportunities throughout the whole game until the game is over. And
that was my question. And it's been answered. So it's got to impact your mid and end game somehow. That's really cool, actually.
As an example, we do that by giving you additional options in dialogues. So I can give you one specific example. And this is a mission where you have to steal a flathead robot from the Maelstrom gang. Basically, those Maelstromers stole that flathead before from a corporate transport. And the owner of that corporate transport, Meredith Stout, wants you to do something else. And this is an optional objective. And even within that objective, we want to give you some options. So as an example, if you have a corporate life path, you basically know what Meredith Stout is really about. You can read between the lines and you can get some additional options that maybe actually later enable you to do a completely different thing with the Maelstrom gang. And if you're a nomad, you know exactly some more details about how these Maelstromers would have even been able to steal a robot like that from Meredith Stout, who's part of the very powerful Militech Corporation. As a street kid, we, as an example, don't give you a specific new dialogue option in that dialogue, because as a street kid, you do not have a lot of experience.
That is so dope, dude. That is so cool.
Give you additional options that fit your life path very well.
Yeah, welcome back, Choco Banana.
Talk to the Maelstrom gang. One member of the gang offers you some illegal substance, but as a street kid, you actually know what this is about. You can talk some shop with him, and that might actually make that character like you a little bit more.
So Philip, I do have a couple of extra questions for you based on the video we just saw. And the first is about nomads. So the nomad life path, this starts in a place called the Badlands. Is this somewhere you get to visit even if you don't pick nomad to start with?
Yes, absolutely. So the thing is, Night City is surrounded by this huge landscape that we call the Badlands. And
how big is the map?
There whenever you want. So as an example, if you actually do play the nomad life path at the start and you are in the Badlands, you can even see Night City on the horizon.
That's so cool.
We want to give you the option later in the game, if you want, you can just take your car and drive out of the city. You can go there whenever you want. Thing is, you might not want to, because the Badlands can be a pretty dangerous place.
So it's South California.
Time has not been very kind to the Badlands. There have been many wars in the past. There's global warming. So most people that do live out there don't really have another choice about it, or are nomads that love this life and are all about it and are very battle hardened. We of course also want to tell their stories.
Dude, the fact that you get so many options to choose from is so cool.
Cyberpunk genre, which means that you will also find missions that lead you out in the Badlands or where you deal with the people living there.
So Philip, can you tell us a little bit more about the character Padre? He's the guy we see giving his business card to Street Kid V in the video. Who is this man?
Yeah, so Padre is actually one of the fixers in Night City. And fixers are people that work as intermediaries. So if someone who has a lot of money needs a problem solved, they go to a fixer. And a fixer then finds people who can solve that problem. And these people are people like you, V, cyberpunks. Fixers are very territorial. So Padre specifically works from Haywood, which is where you as a street kid grew up in.
So that's your area, right?
You might have
Haywood.
already seen another one of our fixers who is called Dexter Deshawn, and he works in a different part of the city.
Okay.
So specifically Padre, you might know him as a street kid, but even if you played other life paths, you might sooner or later meet him because he's operating in Haywood, which is a pretty big place with many good jobs. So if you want to make some cash there, you will sooner or later deal with Padre.
Philip, thank you so much for joining us.
Dude, that's insane. By the way, I've heard... Hold up.
But for those...
I've heard... Bro, listen. I've heard there's like 7 possible outcomes for a side quest. How insane... Dude, I'm... November can't come quick enough, dude.
Watching, we would love to know what you'll be picking. So have a think about it and send us a tweet. Don't forget that later in this episode, we're going to be showing you another new gameplay video and having a chat to Pavel, our senior gameplay designer, about just some of the tools of destruction that will be at your disposal in Night City.
Hell yeah.
But before that, let's talk about music. Music plays a huge part in bringing Night City to life.
Let's go, Keanu Reeves.
In episodes, we're going to talk about things like radio stations and even the original score. But today, we're going to take a look behind the scenes at how Refused to bringing Johnny Silverhand's band Samurai to life.
Dude, Refused. I used to listen to Refused back in the day. Refused like is a legit good band.
For myself.
They're pretty heavy though.
So it's kind of interesting to get into like the mindset of who is this character and what would they write about, or what's their agenda. It's interesting to try to like catch a language that's his and try to catch a language that's like.
Let's go, dude. Hell yeah. Refused presents. No! Becoming samurai.
There is a reason why we're here.
Stockholm, Sweden. I'd love to visit Sweden someday, actually.
It was Piotr, maybe, who was a fan of the band.
He knew Refused and he knew my voice, and he said, "Oh, that's a perfect voice for Johnny."
And that they wanted, I guess, a sound that was a bit contemporary from when Johnny's supposed to have had the band, because he's sort of like an anti-establishment.
So do we know like how the Johnny Silverhand is in the game? Has anything been, you know, released about him, or do we just know it's Keanu Reeves?
So of course there are things that you can relate to, and like just like this outcast and this rebel that's fighting against like the corporals, and that's definitely something that's been
Wait, what the heck?
in my life and a part of Refused life.
We came out of the punk rock scene of northern Sweden.
He's like the future version of us. You know?
That's dope. That's dope.
So I think it makes sense. I think it totally makes sense for us to be here making these songs about him or for him. You know? So it's pretty cool.
Yeah. No drills. But yeah, but like wide vibrato.
And then I mean just sort of build. I mean, yeah, slowly build sort of intensity.
I would love to be like see a creative process of someone like that for the like composing for a game, dude. I find that fascinating.
They're not actually our songs.
It's interesting as a musician to play another musician, because that's essentially what we're doing. I mean, we're not here as Refused, we're here as Samurai, and I'm here as Johnny Silverhand, you know. So it's like the voice we're representing here is someone else.
We'll never fade away.
It's been a mind fuck.
Posture check. Good call, my dude. Good call. Oh. Introducing Cyber John Wick. Ah! That's so cool.
Shouting in itself is just like second nature to me, because I've been doing this for a very long time.
Dude, Refused has been around for
When
years.
says,
I'm happy with everything except for Azalin. Again, it's Azza. Azza. Okay.
The shouting's great, but
Azalin.
accent. So think of that like enunciation. It's a bit weird because it's a very different way of singing when you're screaming like that, and it's hard to sort of
Swallowing some syllables there.
adjust your accent.
Oh yeah, just try it again.
So it's been a bit.
It's like an actor playing an actor, dude. You know?
It wasn't horrible, but it wasn't great.
But I mean, I get it. I mean, we have to maintain the illusion that
You know what?
it's a character that's a character of the game.
You know what, chat? You know what, guys? I actually have absolute incredible amount of respect for CD Projekt Red. They have an up and coming titan of a game, right? Cyberpunk 2077. They set the release date for it. Everyone's like, holy shit, September it is, right? And it come closer and closer. They're like, no, we're gonna postpone it because we feel like it is not finished. I have so much respect for them doing that, to release a game that they are happy with and not to do it for the sake of dollar, you know?
Also, is me, like when I'm singing it. So it makes sense. But yeah, it's
So everything in this game, I'm feeling like it's gonna be super dope, almost perfection, you know?
Because I'm not used to, usually people are just like give me a thumbs up, and then like you think the things like the rhythm,
For sure,
pitch, and think
nominee for Game of the Year, for sure.
It sounded weird. I'm like, what? No, it's how I sing. But so it's been a very a bit painful.
Yeah, exactly. And that's open world game like that. Let's go. That was the title song.
It's a very interesting
That was the title song.
thing to be part of. As a person that's not a gamer, I don't think I fully understand the impact that this might have. If people like these songs and if people are excited.
Oh, dude, music in games is poof, huge. God damn, bro. Listen. One of the best things about stuff like GTA San Andreas, right? Music. Last of Us. Music. Uncharted. Music. Even Call of Duty. Do you remember the Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 release with Eminem's Till I Collapse? Bro, that was hype. Black Ops with all the 60s classic Vietnam War style era songs. Like, music in games is, I don't want to say underlooked, but it's such a massive thing that we don't really recognize until in retrospect. You know, like, oh, what was the music like? And you think about it, oh shit, yeah, it was actually really good.
That's gonna be great. I mean, we are spending a lot of times.
Oh, dude, this is gonna be so much better than GTA. So much better than GTA.
You know, samurai would sound.
Listen, GTA is your classic open world. It's not an RPG. You cannot call GTA an RPG. This, like, people think, oh, when this comes out, it'll be a shooter. No. Listen. I've heard so many. I've watched so much content about Cyberpunk. I know it's going to be it's going to be a hardcore It's going to be a hardcore RPG. Think of like the Witcher style RPG where each little upgrade is this and that, and it all feeds into one big skill tree and whatever. It's going to be that. It's going to be that. And it's going to be much better. It's going to be super interesting to see an open world RPG like this.
You know, so it's quite interesting. It's a very different way of making music, actually.
November 19th! Mark your calendars, boys.
3 samurai tracks available on streaming services, Chipping In, Never Fade Away, and The Ballad of Buck Ravers. But we're excited to announce a 4th new song called A Like Supreme, which is coming to streaming services today. That means you can check it out once the show is over. Don't forget that if you're tuning in late, or if you just want to watch anything again, we will be uploading everything to our channel soon. Next up, Pavel and I are going to introduce you to some creative ways that you can solve problems in Night City.
This is what we're about, boys. Get your guns, get your hacks ready. This is what it's all about, boys. Tools of destruction. Alright, what we got? Give me the juice. Give me, what kind of guns we got? What kinds of... all the guns.
AV, I have a job for you. A client of mine is making an arms deal. He needs protection. It could get hot, very hot. The gun dealers on Mills.
I'm guessing this is your apartment.
Nothing ever transpires as planned with them.
Bro, look at that katana sword. Oh shit! Look at that katana. I'm all in. I'm all in. There's like a cyberpunky katana. Dude, is that a lightsaber? Oh.
You better gear up for this.
Tsunami Nakamata, sniper rifle, semi-automatic, pierces concrete. Okay, a Julie, yeah, a sawn-off even. Carnage, it's a budget arms pump action shorty, yep, okay. Smart weapons. TKI 20 Shingen. Burst fire. I'm guessing this is like a P90-ish kind of like. Yeah. Oh, but it's laser. Heat seeking. Oh, bro, it's heat seeking. Oh. Thermal katana. I was right, dude. I was right. Watch. Cyberware. Mantis blades. Oh, this is what we've seen in the trailer. He's like, yeah, that. Gorilla arms. Oh, projectile launch system. There's a grenade launcher in my knuckle.
Are you willing?
Yeah, I'm in.
Hell yes, dude. Oh!
Come on.
Look, guys, can I just say, right? Why do mobile games pretend to look good? Okay, I've had enough of this, right? I've had enough of this. Here, look at this mobile game. Look at the graphics. It looks like it runs 120 FPS on PC, right? Then you get the freaking game and it's this top-down. Oh, bro.
Let's get in with our squires.
Just tell me how it freaking looks for real. Don't lie to me.
Pavel, thank you so much for joining me. Now, there was an awful lot in that video, right? Because it's more than just guns.
Absolutely. We have
the
weapons,
guns.
we have ranged weapons, we have cyberware, we have offensive cyberware, defensive cyberware, armor. We could talk for
He's a senior
hours
gameplay
and hours
designer.
about this stuff.
Okay.
I think just for today's episode, we should keep it simple and let's just talk about guns. Can you tell us the different types of guns that will be in the game?
So we have three distinct types of guns in our game. We have power weapons, we have tech weapons, and we have smart weapons. Now, power weapons are the most similar to contemporary weapons. One thing they can do, which normal weapons cannot, is ricochet bullets off of surfaces. So you can hit somebody hiding behind cover, hiding behind a wall. Now, tech weapons, on the other hand, use electromagnetic power to propel a fully metal projectile to extreme velocities. What that allows them to do is to punch through cover or punch through walls to hit somebody who's not even aware that you're there. Smart weapons use guided missile technology to actually track targets in real time. So you can hit somebody who's dodging, running away from you, or you can hit somebody who's hiding behind cover.
So Pavel, Cyberpunk doesn't just contain FPS elements, right? It's also a fully fledged RPG. So can you tell us how you guys approached introducing those RPG elements into gunplay?
So I can tell you one thing, Holly.
I'm really interested in this, by the way.
Easy to merge those two elements together. Now, we've spent a considerable amount of time merging the RPG and FPP side of our game. What the player will experience is that
Dude, if that's actually in the game, did you see that? Did you see these animations? Sorry, I'm literally gonna rewind like 10 seconds. Okay, there you go. Like, watch for the gun animation and like the tiniest movements. Just this is so cool. Right here. Watch this.
What the player will experience is that V changes from a small-time mercenary to a legend in the world of Night City. V becomes more and more proficient in using weapons as the game progresses. So they will see that reload times become shorter, the accuracy of your weapons grows, you will have faster aiming time, you will move faster with your weapons, everything becomes more in your control, and that gives you more opportunities to defeat the biggest encounters that we've designed for you.
So I have prepared a few extra questions for you, Pavel, if you're feeling up to it.
Of course.
Okay, well the first is going to be, how do you find more weapons in Night City? Like, where will players be looking for them?
In the trash can, on the floor.
Everywhere for new and exciting weapons. You can of course buy weapons at vendor shops, and they will house an entire catalog of weaponry that you can get. However, the best weapons that you can find will be taken from enemies or loot caches that we have everywhere in Night City.
Told you.
The weapons rarities range from common through uncommon up to rare and then legendary. And as they go in rarity, they actually climb in power. However, legendary weapons are very specific in such a way that they possess unique abilities that you will find on no other weapons in the game. The players will actually need to make some tough choices to find some legendary weapons, because maybe they need to choose whether to kill a person who holds the legendary weapons that they want, or to spare them because they like them as a character.
Oh! The next question is talk about weapon modifications. What mods can people give to their weapons in Night City?
So we have two types of modifications in the game. One of them would be modifications that we call attachments. So these would be scopes and silencers, and you can see them actually being attached to your weapon as you're playing the game. They give you statistics advantage, and they give you more opportunities in gameplay. The other part of mods would be software mods. Now these are basically small chips that you install in your weapon, and they actually change the statistics of the gun. They can give you damage, they can give you accuracy, or they can give you
Okay.
fire rate. Some of those mods actually change the gunplay on a more fundamental level, so they can give you non-lethal rounds, biochemical rounds to tear through that armor even faster.
Get out of here.
So I suppose
Seriously?
my final question.
Oh.
Why don't you tell us about your favorite weapon then? Which is your favorite weapon so far?
Tell me the katana.
Oh, there are so many weapons that it's hard to choose just one.
It's gonna be the katana.
But I can mention some manufacturers with their weapons that I absolutely adore. The first manufacturer would be Tsunami Defense Systems, who produces the sniper rifle Nekomata. That's a tech sniper rifle. That means that it can pierce through walls. So it can actually hit somebody who's hiding behind cover or who doesn't even know you're there. Of course, I also like a close quarters approach. And what that needs is a shotgun.
Here's a question. Can you get will you be able to get skins for these weapons by any chance? Just asking for a friend.
The shotguns that we have in the game is Budget Arms Carnage. Now that thing is cast from pure steel and it weighs a ton. However, you can cut a person clean in half with it. Another shotgun that I
Let's
absolutely
fucking
love,
go!
it's for a more refined approach, I would say, is a smart shotgun, Kangtao Zhuo. That thing has 8 barrels, and that means it can track 8 targets independently. Now, killing an entire room was never simpler.
Pavel, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
I'm actually pretty interested to see what kind of weapons people discover when they play Cyberpunk for themselves. Before we end episode 2, this is a reminder that those who wish to dive deeper into the lore can now pick up The World of Cyberpunk 2077. This is a brand new book created in collaboration with Dark Horse Books that will give you an extensive look at what makes Night City tick before jumping into the game this November. That is it for today's episode. Thank you so much for joining us. Don't forget that if you've missed anything or if you just want to watch again, we will be uploading everything to our channels shortly. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll be back with Night City Wire Episode 3 soon.
Oh, dude, I don't... Bro, listen, like, this isn't even a question. This isn't even a discussion. We're gonna get it. Chat, I was bought in when they first announced this. I was bought in when they brought up Keanu Reeves, and I was like, yo, whatever game you're in, I'm in. Okay. God damn. Plays great. Also Xbox Series X and PS5. Okay. November 19th, boys. I'm taking 2 days of work. So we're just gonna be freaking streaming this game. We're gonna be... Ooh. I'm looking forward to it so much. November 19th. Let's go. Okay, that's kind of cool. That's kind of dope. Ow, God. Oh. See? Bro, right? Raid Shadow Legends, right? You get to this, you get to this and you're like, holy shit, the graphics are so good. Play the game. Play the damn game.
Put them to the test.
See you again next time. Night City Wire. I am hyped. I was always hyped, but like they're keeping this hype level high, and I like that. I like how the fact they keep, you know, bringing a little bit more and a little bit more, and then you're just like, you know what? I'm in. I'm just in. I'm in it to win it, bro. Let's go.